we continue our series on the attributes of God with a look at God's ears. And we're going to take that look through the lens of oppression. But your iniquities have made a separation between you and your God, and your sins have hidden his face from you, so that he does not hear. Isaiah writes, "For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies. Your tongue mutters wickedness. No one enters suit justly. No one goes to law honestly." And maybe he didn't answer because we didn't believe he would, or maybe he didn't answer because we weren't really asking him for his will. Or maybe, just maybe, he didn't answer because we had sin in our lives that we needed to deal with first. They rely on empty pleas. They speak lies, they conceive mischief and give birth to iniquity. They hatch adder's eggs. They weave the spider's web. In other words, God says that the reason he doesn't hear their cries is because their hands are full of blood, that their very fingers are sinful. Their lips, their tongue, their hearts, their minds, everything about them is defiled by sin. So much so that when they come to God in prayer, he cannot hear because he doesn't want to listen to their sinful requests. He doesn't want to listen to their prayers that come out of a heart that is full of wickedness. Now, the people of Israel were under the oppression of the Assyrians, and they cried out to God for deliverance. But God, through the prophet Isaiah, tells them that he is not deaf to their cry. He hears their cries, but because of their sin, he has turned away from listening to their pleas. The prophet Isaiah writes these words, "Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened, that it cannot save, or his ear dull, that it cannot hear." Now, the context of this passage gives us insight into what sin it is that hides God's face. Their works are works of iniquity, and deeds of violence are in their hands. Their feet run to evil, and they are swift to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts of iniquity, desolation and destruction are in their highways. And so we see here that the reason God doesn't hear the prayers of his people is because their hearts are far from him. It's not that God is unable or unwilling to hear the cries of his people. Rather, it is that their sin has separated them from him and made him turn away his face so that he cannot hear. And then Isaiah continues, "Their webs will not serve as clothing. Men will not cover themselves with what they make." Friends, if we're honest, I think we can all agree that we've prayed prayers that God didn't answer,